From science to art, AI is everywhere. It can be incredibly useful and time-saving, but people are skeptical about its long-term effects on our society.
And I feel like we don't even know what they are now. A new study suggesting relying on AI too much can have a big negative impact, and Dr. Jess Ghilani is here to unpack this with us. Jess, I'm so excited to talk to you because I feel like you make this palatable for so many people. So let's explain first why this study was done in the first place.
So I think there's a lot of understandable concern about what AI is going to do to humanity. And, you know, it's a very exciting technology. It's a technology around which there's tons of hype, but we also have to ask really critical questions about what, you know, the trade-offs might be, right?
So tell us about this study, and what did they find, and were you surprised by any of it?
So this study involved a survey of 319 knowledge workers. Knowledge workers are just people who have specialized training, and they use it to solve problems at their jobs. Okay. And the knowledge workers reported 900 and some instances of integrating generative AI into their work. And what they reported in this survey was that they found that the more that they have that as a part of their workflow, the more AI that they rely on, the less confident they feel in their ability to be a critical thinker, to solve problems without AI. So there are two things that I think are really important here. First of all, this wasn't like a brain scan that shows deterioration of the brain from using AI.
Oh,
so we
good.
don't have to panic. Like
Yet.
We haven't done the scans yet, as far as I know. We don't have to panic yet, but I do think this aspect of confidence is really important because we want to be able to do the skill with and without the technology, whether it be pen and paper math or, you know, solving a problem at work.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think it's important to note also that this study was done at CMU with Microsoft. So these are people in our own backyard, some of the smartest, I would say, in the entire world. But also, do you think that these findings are cause for concern as far as, I'm thinking of laziness, and for lack of a better word here, because it's very easy to rely on things that will just simply do it for you.
Absolutely. I think it is, you know, the brain's not a muscle, but I think if you think about practice and the importance of practice at honing a skill and feeling confident in doing that skill and being able to do it well, practice makes perfect, right? So if we are relying too heavily on AI, I do worry that it will make us less sharp. It will make us less comfortable being critical thinkers independent of those tools.
Just basic things that, I mean, you don't remember people's telephone numbers anymore because your phone stores them. What else?
So bad.
Oh, and just like trying to do short math. You're not really that good at it on the fly because you have calculators that can do that for you. So I feel like your brain kind of gets numb in that regard. Yeah.
Absolutely. Our brains are so like malleable, and they really do recognize what they have to prioritize as tasks and what they can like take a back seat for. And I think, you know, the calculator is one thing, but asking Gen AI to do thinking tasks that are more complex than that for us has higher stakes. I think, you know, there are bigger implications to that we have to take seriously. Like, what do we hold sacred, and what are we willing to take in a convenient way, you know, take a shortcut for?
Okay, well then that led me perfectly to my next question, was that what shouldn't we use for AI? Is it going to be the long form? And this doesn't have to be, you know, your professional answer, but as a human, what are you finding yourself more to say, you know what, I'm gonna figure that one out on my own?
I think, you know, I've seen these advertisements that are from big tech companies. There's a lot of money at stake. It's kind of too big to fail, AI right now, but they're showing these ads with parents like asking ChatGPT to write a letter to their child. To me, that's a bridge too far.
Yeah.
Like, that should be sincere. That should come from the heart. That should come from genuine humanity, not from a shortcut.
Oh, wow.
No truer words.
Yes.
Be a human, no matter what.
I could continue this. We could go forever. Okay, thank
so
you.
much.
Good information.
Thank you.
Well,
Awesome.
Dr. Jess Ghilani provides commentary on technology and culture on social media in her Substack newsletter. We're going to link you up on our website, kdka.com/talkpittsburgh.